Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty Mickey Spammer, and yes, I am back from my little holiday. I'll talk a little bit about it in my future video, but right now it is really important that I make this big announcement as soon as possible, get it uploaded by today so that you can see it ASAP, alright? A week from now on September the 21st, yet again that's September the 21st, I'll be hosting an endless Space Disharmony multiplayer event, which means that you'll be able to play with me a multiplayer game of endless space with Disharmony add-on. As simple as that. I hope that a lot of you will come. I mean, the absolute maximum I can hold in a single room is 7, so I hope that at least 7 of you will come. I'll talk a bit more about the specifics in a moment, but first of all, the time. Well, I'll host the room at 9 PM in Central European time, alright? But I know that many of my fans, in fact most of my fans, do not live in this time zone, so just for you I prepared this little thing, which I'll also put in this video's description, so that you can see what time it is in your time zone when this multiplayer live event will actually happen. So I know I have a lot of fans in United States, I have a lot of fans in Russia, in the United Kingdom. I also have a couple of fans in New Zealand, in fact quite a few of those, but I'm sorry guys, I know this time zone, I mean 5 AM is hardly appropriate for you guys, so I do not expect to see any of you, but really it is hard to find the perfect time for everybody around the world, so sorry, it's just not going to be too nice for you, but for everybody else I think I picked the time that is more or less okay. I mean, for Seoul it is not a very good time as well, but for people in every other part in the world it should be a good time zone, I believe. No, good time for this event. Please, if you want to come, do plan for at least 4 hours of gameplay, alright? I do not really want to see any levers, or at least too many levers, before we reach this 4-hour mark. We will probably have to stop after the 4 hours, maybe I will be able to keep going, but since I want to cast this entire live event, it will be a little bit difficult for me to survive after 4 hours of non-stop recording. I have done things like this in the past, so I can do this, but I would rather not if it is not, actually necessary. If that's the case, then maybe I would have saved the game and we will restart at a later date. We'll see how it goes, maybe we'll finish before 4 hours, which is possible. Now, as for the game mode itself, we'll be playing on a galaxy ring shape of the galaxy, right? Okay, that sounded completely wrong, but I think you know what I mean. I'll show you how the galaxy ring actually looks like in a moment. We'll be playing on a large map size with 8 empires, but if I cannot get 7 fans to join me, then I will lower the amount of empires and lower the galaxy size as well, to accommodate those few of us that will be there. I don't want there to be a lot of empty space, if you know what I mean. The age will be random, some randomness has to be here, it is my video after all, and in my videos randomness is promoted. As for the advanced settings, this game will have perfect system balancing. It is important because it is a multiplayer and I feel like everybody deserves a fair shot. I know that some of you are very good endless space players that can easily beat the game on endless difficulty. Some of you are a little bit worse than that, and some of you are kinda bad but trying very hard to be better. So I think perfect system balancing is going to be the best setting I can come up with. The galaxy density is probably going to be medium. As for slot connectivity, I will go for low, and a high amount of wormholes. I really like the wormholes because in late game it just allows you it just gives you room for some really cool mechanics with the teleportation feature. There will be many constellations, which means that everybody will have this kind of a peaceful start and he will be untouchable until the neighbors discover the applied Casimir effect and actually can get into your starting zone. This will buy you a little bit more time and prevent too many rushing techniques. Constellation distance is going to be remote to, yet again encourage the use of wormholes, which I like. The plans of system will be many. I usually go for random when I play myself, but many this time because, I don't know, I just want to make sure that there will not be a situation where a player is stuck with horrible starting systems and horrible, entire constellation and just cannot do anything because he's screwed over by bad galaxy generation. This will prevent that. I mean, so there will be an imbalance, of course, that's what this game is all about, overcoming your obstacles. But this way, at least nobody will be kind of stuck in a room from which he he cannot actually go anywhere, right? I hope you understand. Planet size will be random, yet again, randomness is cool to some degree. Resources will be low. I want people to fight for those resources, and that's what I want to see in this videocast. Which could possibly screw over some of you guys. I'm sorry, you may not have titanium, you may not have antimatter or something, but you know, a little bit of fun has to go in there. As for the settings, I will go for serious settings, but since we will not be... Hey, get back here. But since we will not play with any AI, it only will matter if somebody leaves the game. And then, it is important that the AI is at least serious so that it can survive with the empire that is built by a human player. I hope you understand. Game speed will of course be fast, otherwise we would never finish this game, and fast is, in my opinion, the proper game speed for endless space. There will be random events, there will be exploration events with flags and whatnot, there will be pirates on normal difficulty. If you need tips on how to deal with those pirates, then well, watch my videos, because, you know, I've shown you how to deal with those. If you don't know still, you can always message me on YouTube or whatever. But normal pirates shouldn't be too difficult to deal with, but I do want some pirates to be there, just for a little bit more taste in the game, if you know what I mean. There will be no battle timer, and I will allow battles to be played in manual mode, but please do not play in the battles in manual mode unless it is a really big battle between two really giant fleets. I mean, if I will know the people who play those, who will play with me, for example from comments or whatnot, then I'll trust you and I'll leave this in. However, if there are a lot of, you know, unknown faces in this game, then I'll probably turn this off and turn this on, so that you will only be able to play in auto battles with no manual battles. I would rather avoid this because I will be recording this entire game, but we will see how it goes. This setting will either be on or off. I'll tell you more when we actually get together and be about to play. Every victory will be left on except for the skull victory, which is lame. There will be random galaxy generation seed. As for the end-turn timer mode, well, I'm shooting for no timer, okay? So that's just what I'm going to do, as simple as that. But especially since if there will be manual battles, then we really cannot afford a timer, because then, you know, the timer can start going on when there is battle in progress, which would kind of screw over the people who have to fight. Maybe I'll change this depending from the feedback I get from you guys. We will see. And that's about it for the game settings. Now, I will show you the galaxy shape in a second, so stay tuned and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I just realized I forgot to talk about something kinda important, and that is the kind of factions you can play. I don't care if you play as, you know, an official faction or a custom faction. Tryharding is allowed to a certain extent. Please don't go overboard by creating a really overpowered faction and just wiping everybody out, because, you know, this would be no fun to record. I'll be playing as the most tryhard faction I have, because I will be recording this game, and I would rather survive for as long as it is humanly possible, so that other people can watch our struggle on my YouTube channel after we are done. I hope you understand and don't mind me going for tryhard faction. As for everybody else, well, as I said, tryharding is allowed but not encouraged. What I do encourage is role-playing, so if you want to go for a very peaceful faction or very, I don't know, technocracy faction, technology-focused faction, or somebody that loves dust and nothing else, doesn't care about wars, please do feel free to roleplay, it is amazing. As for the chat, please feel free to chat with each other, that's perfectly fine, have some deals behind the scenes as well, that's cool. I will probably not join the chat because I will be busy recording commentating, and it's really difficult to type in the chat while commentating, and it usually doesn't work out too well, so I hope you understand, but you feel free to chat as much as you humanly want. Please do not, you know, type in any vulgarities. Some will be excused if you kind of, you know, do it, but I would appreciate it if you didn't. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, what else is there to say? Well, as I said, we're going to be playing in the Galaxy Ring. That's how this map is going to look like, more or less. Of course, it is not going to be exactly the same, but you will generally get the idea. And the idea behind this map is that in the center there is nothing, and there are wormholes generally going around the center, allowing you to quickly travel throughout the whole galaxy. There are some exceptions to that, depending from the random galaxy seed. For example, as you can see over here, this freeway around the center of the galaxy is kind of broken, and it goes through the pink player's territory, and then there is nothing between pink, blue and red. but usually there will be connections around the middle. And as for the areas that are further back, they are usually separated, but not always. As you can see right now, my setting constellation is really weird with those systems I've got, but as I said, I just loaded this game so that you can have a general idea of how this map is going to look like, so you can plan ahead if you need any planning, because this will most likely not be necessary. The only thing that is necessary in this game you are going to have is have fun. That is the most necessary in my honest opinion. And I would appreciate if you were not to wipe me in 20 tests, that would be great, because I would rather make this video cast out of this game that is longer than 10 videos, and 10 minutes I mean. So please do take that into consideration, but feel free to attack me, feel free to kill me, by all means, that's the point of this multiplayer event. Just maybe not trash me, please. I'll try to defend myself, yes, if you do so. I'll try not to flame you if you do so as well, but I would appreciate it. Just give me a couple of turns to at least record some kind of video. I would love it, because there's sadly no spectator mode in this game, so, you know, after I'm dead, and I cannot comment it on what everybody else is doing, unfortunately. Unless after I have only like one planet system left, everybody goes into alliance with me so I can see everything, but that doesn't work now that I realize. Whatever, let's ignore what I just said. Alright, so I think I covered everything there is to cover about this multiplayer event. Yet again, just to remind you, this will happen on September the 21st. It will start at, what was it? Yes, 7 PM, yeah that's right, 7 PM Eastern, not Eastern, Central European time, right? And there are some of the most popular time zones for you to, you know, look at if you can join us or not. Please do reserve 4 hours of your time, and I think that is that. Comments in the comment sections, and I don't think there is anything else to add, but please, if you have any of your feedback, then do tell. And if you know for a fact that you will not have the time to play it in a week from now on, but maybe you have time in 2 weeks, do tell as well, because if there is a lot of people who cannot play it on the 21st but can play it in 2 weeks, for example, then I can still postpone this, you know, this event. Just be quick about it, alright? Because if we are like, for example, just 2 days, you know, away from this event, then I'll probably just not postpone it anymore. Anyway, that's that. Please do send me a private message on YouTube with your Steam nickname if you want to participate. I will add you to my Steam friends list so I can invite you later on when I start this game, alright? Now, if there are too many people, then I'll prioritize the people that I know best. For example, people like Sovereign, Stealthhawk, Gainslayer, Ace Traker, as was what your phrase is called. I'm sorry, I forgot your name, please don't be offended. There's quite a few fans that I know by now and I love them. And it would take me too long to name you. But fans like this are prioritized, but it doesn't mean that you should not sign up. Please do. I will love everybody who signs up, and if you cannot enter this multiplayer live event, then maybe you will enter the next one if I choose to make another one. I hope that I'll get enough attention to actually be able to host numerous live events after this one. Anyway, I think I talked way too long already. I think I mentioned everything I was supposed to mention. I'll put a lengthy description below this video so you can read about all of this again. Thank you for watching, and I'll